Yeah, 2. You gonna hit it? I'm thinking 2 instead of 2 is gonna be 12.
Instead of 1, it'll be 11.
When you subtract 3, yeah, that's all right. So that's 9. How do you still get 109?
You're gonna borrow from this one.
Okay, so, and that's just rounds up. No, that just stays the same, right?
It'd be 1 of 9.58.
Oh, yeah, it should be 1. Out of 10, that's the whole.
Okay, on number 1, if you haven't shown all of this stuff here, then you're not going to get full credit on this answer. The only thing that you're not required to show are these slot arrows. The rounding arrow is always required. The slot arrows are your choice. It's just a way of helping you to keep up with keeping everything in a straight line. Okay? All right, I'm going to go on now and do problem number 2 here.
But Mr.
Yes, sir.
Wouldn't that be 120.1?
No, because this 1 right here is less than 5. Okay? You only round with this first number that has to be rounded off. This first digit here. You don't have to worry about these 2 digits when you're rounding. Okay?
Because on the one in the notes that you did a minute ago, you like rounded.
Yeah, that was a different problem. Let me show you. Are you talking about this one right here?
But you were looking at the other number, weren't you?
No, I was only looking at this number. That 4 right there is the one that I use. It's the first number that has to be rounded off, and I use that to figure out whether this one has to be rounded up or not rounded up. Okay?
5 in the rounds, right? 5 or above it rounds.
5 or above rounds up. Okay?
See, now I get it.
Okay, well, good. Guys, you are too loud. You're making it so that even if you're not paying attention, other people can't. And I take that very seriously because you're making it difficult for other people to learn. If you continue, you'll be staying after school with me or a principal. Thank you. All right. Let's see. The second problem then is a subtraction problem. Subtraction rules work exactly the same way. We're subtracting 47.4 from 110.7. So we're going to put 110.7 above the 47.4.
So, Mr. Tedder,
Yes.
so we don't have to go exactly by the way you write it.
I'm not sure that I understand your question. Do you mean you don't have to put them in the same order here?
No, like, you know how it's written up there? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, you don't have to go the same way.
No, you have to do what it says to do. And this problem says you're supposed to subtract this number from that number. Okay? So you have to do what it says to do. You have to interpret what the problem says. Okay? All right. So we've got 110.07. We're going to subtract 47.4 grams. We get 62.67 unrounded. Okay. Now you don't have to put this arrow because that's just you can do it to help you keep everything aligned. It'll help you see that this gets underlined because it's insignificant. this arrow is required. You must show an arrow to show the relationship between your unrounded and rounded answers. The rounded answer then is 62.7 grams. And I'm going to put a box around it to show that's the final answer.
When you round it, you use the last number or what?
When I round, do I use the last number? I'm not sure. Whatever is the first number to the right that you're supposed to round off, that's the one you use to figure out whether you round up or down, or round up or keep the number. So a 7 is 5 or larger. That makes this 6 round up to a 7. Does that make sense? Most of you guys are taking a math class right now, right? So if you're having trouble with this, I'll be glad to help you, but you can also ask your math teacher, okay? All right? All right, number 3. Please listen. We're going to add number 3 now. 22.0 degrees C, 1.45 degrees C, and 127 degrees C. I noticed a couple of you were having some trouble about lining up these digits that don't have any decimals with those that do. So listen very carefully. If you don't have a decimal place, there is a decimal place there that's just not written. Does that make sense? You can. It wouldn't hurt anything if you did. It's not required, but you can. It's only required when you're trying to show a 0 in the ones place to be significant. And we'll get to that later. We haven't covered that yet. Okay? All right, so we're ready to add these together then. So let's see, 22.0 plus 1.45 plus 127. I get 150.45 degrees C. Y'all gonna get real tired of me saying shh. You're gonna get even tired when I start sending you guys to ISS. So let's try to control that, okay? Got empty slots here and here. And because there's empty slots in these two columns, we're going to underline those two digits. We're going to round off, and we're going to get 150 degrees C. Okay? Well, I haven't taught you that. But what I said a moment ago is we're going to learn later. We haven't learned it yet about significant zeros. In order to show that that 0 is significant, we really do need a decimal place there. But I haven't taught you that, so I'm not holding you to it yet. Yes?
There's like missing places in the front, like...
You don't worry about those. It's only rounding off only digits to the right that you round off, okay? All right. Yeah, you weren't the only one that was asking that question. Somebody else really didn't know to ask the question, but I saw they did it. All right, so then let's see, what's our last problem then is subtract this number from that number. And we want to subtract 2.48. Oop, I should have left myself a little more room over here. I've got two empty slots, one above the 4 and one above the 8. So I get 100. Let's see, now I need to subtract, don't I? Got to have my. Let's see, this is subtraction. This is addition. Okay. $109.52. Okay, empty slots above this digit, empty slot above this digit. Okay, got to round off. So the answer then is 110 amps. This 5 here rounds the 9 up to a 10.
Can you explain where you got the 2 from?
Yeah. Your subtraction doesn't change. Even though we're not putting zeros up here,
Okay.
you're still treating it like mathematically, like there's zeros there.
I can see the arrows or zeros.
Yeah, arrows are take the place of zeros. Arrows take the place of zeros only because if we put zeros there, we're lying about the precision. Okay? We're misrepresenting the precision of that measurement.
I was thinking when I said we did anything else.
We're going to go over we're going to try and spend some time going over safety now. Okay? We've got a safety test tomorrow.
Do you mind if I go back to number 1?
I heard your question. I'm just waiting. You have to subtract the 4 and the 8 from empty slots like those empty slots are zeros.
I just brought it down. I got to pay up to that. Like, I brought my board down.
Yes, but you might not the next time. Depends on what's over here.
Mr. Wood.
Yes.
So how come number 3 and number 4, somebody has 45? Why isn't that 150.4?
Because this is the first significant digit in this answer. This 4 right here is less than 5, so we do not round anything up or move anything there. This 4 had to be rounded off because there's an empty slot above it. In that column is an empty slot. Does that make sense? Okay. It's really pretty simple. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. You don't have to make a lot out of that. If there's an empty slot in the column, let's see. Let me find a highlighter here. This column of digits right here is what we're working with. Okay. In this column of digits, there's only a 4 and a 0, and we're adding over here. So 0 and 4 is 4. And this column right here is just a 5. So the 5 goes here. We're adding. Since there's a 4 here and the 4 is less than 5, it doesn't change the 0. We don't move the 4 over there. The 0 stays there. Is that clear? Okay. Any other questions? Good questions, guys. I want you to keep asking questions, okay? The main thing is, number 1, pay attention when I'm explaining it the first time and ask questions when you don't understand. Okay? So, no going to sleep on me. Alright? Write the notes you're supposed to write, practice stuff you're supposed to practice, and then ask any question you need to ask. Alright? Alright, y'all go back to your regular seat and we will